Hello and welcome back to Rage Gaming and more Monster Hunter Wilds talk. Today though, we're discussing what's next for the new scene for Wilds. At this point, we've had the launch trailer already, and that's about the time I'd think, okay, that's it now, no more reveals. But with Capcom and Monster Hunter in particular, they do be spamming their reveals and new information. And that's been even more so the case with Wilds, thinking back of IGN's month of unique interviews and gameplay, all the reveals from that. And what's funny is even after the launch trailer, we had a random Japanese trailer that dropped like a couple days later with another monster reveal out of the blue. So it never seems to end. Is there still more to show? Are they done now? Well, I can tell you for a fact that they definitely aren't done, and there is more to come before launch, even now. That's because of something called IGN FanFest. That's right, IGN seems to have yet another agreement with Capcom for new information to be the place they reveal even more things. But here's the description of IGN FanFest 2025. IGN FanFest is back and bigger than ever with an expanded lineup of games, movies, series, comics, collectibles, and more. So, from this FanFest, you can expect a lot of new information for a lot of different stuff, whether that's games, films, comics, or collectible launches. It obviously covers a lot more than one subject. But a lot of it is exclusive, and importantly, there are new reveals there not seen before. Here's that information we have about that event. It takes place this February, starting on the 24th and ends on the 28th, which is the day that Wilds launches. Each of these days, they claim to be live with what they say are new reveals, tons of trailers, gameplay, never before seen clips, and exclusive conversations with your favourite movie and TV stars. But how do we know Wilds will be there for a fact? Well, at the very least, IGN say so. Here's the line in regards to that. Don't miss exciting reveals from huge games, including Monster Hunter Wilds, WWE 2K25, and Alien Rogue Incursion, just to name a few. Now, assuming IGN aren't lying for some reason, which would make no sense, we should expect new reveals for Wilds at some point between the 24th and the 28th. I'd say we can rule out the 28th since that's, going to be launch day, but I would actually lean more on something like the 24th or the 25th. For their teaser, they said reveals including Wilds and then others, and more to be revealed after that. So basically they started with Wilds first, and after the whole month of coverage, exclusive stuff for IGN all through January, I think they value Wilds highly for information. Now I have no idea what the agreement was, but I definitely don't think IGN got to do all of this randomly. There must have been some kind of agreement created, and it seems like they could be the ones to do what very well could be the final trailer for Wilds before its launch. Or at least new exclusive information before the game drops. What will this reveal be then? I'd say it's something like Trailer 8, which I guess will be the final trailer for Wilds, or new information such as new gameplay, like a hunt we've not yet seen, or things like interviews with new information, maybe the final of its kind before launch too. If it's new gameplay hunt stuff to look at, we can easily think of, say, the surprise reveal of blangonga, with how that happened with the Japanese launch trailer for Wilds, which was slightly different to the Western one. It randomly revealed this guy, blangonga, for the first time. So yeah, if it was a hunt, I'd assume something like blangonga, since it's not a massive reveal, we already know about it, and it follows up from that tease from the other trailer. Similar in a way to what happened with Gravios and the apparent accidental reveal that was. If it's not, what would it be if it was an 8th trailer? Well, during the launch trailer, we had more story teased for Arkveld, some kind of surprise change of heart from Nata, one of the main characters. It was saying something about who's worse, suggesting us or them, rather than just hating Arkveld. Also, a new NPC was shown we've not seen before, suggesting we watch and see what happens. Like, we're just gonna let Arkveld do whatever it is he's doing. But basically, we have some speculation to consider from that, but if they were to continue with another trailer after that, what would they be showing? Essentially, they'd just be showing us what's really going on and removing the mystery, and so I'm not sure they can do another trailer with that in mind. To be fair, they could just not show more story stuff or continue just teasing stuff. But let's say instead of a trailer or a gameplay thing, it's new information via things like interviews. That could cover any number of topics through that. And so far, IGN have done a really good job covering some pretty unexpected topics like cooking and how they choose their monsters for the game, the nature of, say, the hope set. Lots of big information and confirmation came from that stuff, like the devs just telling us that each weapon will have a unique design in Wilds, so no more world's bit of monster on a stick silliness. So even if it's, quote, just an interview, it could still be very interesting. And at very least, whatever it is, they have claimed new reveals in it, so it must be new information that we currently don't have, whatever they show. I'm not sure about the whole random reveal with a Japanese trailer for launch, with the seeming accidental reveal of blangonga, or whether it was intentional. I mean, it's possible it was a mistake. Maybe they're just happy to do that kind of thing for returning monsters that aren't, say, major players in the story, I'm sure. I guess it's also possible we could get more teases and reveals from that side of things, maybe other Japanese style interviews and, say, trailers, teasers. Though, you know, on the Japanese side of things, there was this event on the 15th of February where, yeah, we had Ryozo, we had Tukida, and a bunch of other people on stage to talk about Monster Hunter. And in that, they did a bit of live gameplay in the Orwell Basin where they were hunting something like a new Udra, which is cool and all, but in the description it does say that there is no new information regarding Monster Hunter Wilds at this event, despite them saying that ultimately this was some sort of full version of the game because we did see things we haven't seen before, like certain weapons, such as, say, dual blades that seem to be dunas, which I haven't seen before in any footage. So no big announcements, but there were some things to be seen. So even on that side of things, they seem to be doing some events in the lead up to launch, even now. There is something I'd like to hear about though, and maybe that's what the IGN thing could be tied to. Title Update 1. What's coming in that? They revealed that the first monster update for the game 100% will be Mizutsune, which had a lot of people kind of conflicted. It's not like Mizutsune is an unpopular monster, he's awesome. It's just that we had him come back for Rise and, you know, it's kind of very recent as a monster. I think it makes sense on a mechanical standpoint where they could introduce Mizutsune back to the game without a major issue because they just updated the monster for Rides after all. But for the first title update, I guess a lot of people were hopeful for something new or say something fresh that hasn't been seen in a while. Old gen monsters brought forward, that kind of thing, that weren't in the literal last game. I mean, there's a lot of fan favourites from World at this point that people would like to see return to Wilds in a new version. There is, I suppose, some copium that there might be other monsters or another monster in that title update. Since they do say something a bit mysterious, additional updates will be coming in title update 1. No idea what that could be. They do single out, say, event quests coming, so it's not that. And we already had it confirmed that event quests are going to be coming in the first week after launch, not just in title update 1. So, additional updates, maybe other monsters. Therefore, you know, if they were going to talk about anything without exposing too much of what's left of the game, I guess they could talk about title update, maybe in an interview or something like that at IGN FanFest. So we'll see. Either way, title update comes pretty soon, in spring, not too long after launch. Title update 2 was also referenced. We've got a mysterious monster coming in that, and also more event quests. But that's not until summer, but nice to know that there's some kind of roadmap, as they usually do give us. There's only one other event that seems to be remotely possible relevant to Wilds, but nothing's really confirmed in that way as well. Just to mention it, there's Next Fest, which is for Steam. It's between February 24th to March 3rd, so, you know, that's in the period where they could do something for that. The description for this is play what's next, choose from dozens of live streams to watch, and chat with developers about their games in this week-long celebration. So it's also possible for Capcom to appear there with maybe something to do with Wilds. But yeah, obviously I've not got super high hopes for that. We just know there's going to be something at IGN FanFest. For now then, it's a lot of questions more than answers, so we'll have to wait and see. It was very unexpected that the launch trailer was indeed so early, and with IGN FanFest confirming reveals for Wilds, at very least we know that's coming, whatever it is. So what do you guys think? Should they leave it now with a launch trailer and keep some surprises for the game? Or do you just want every bit of new information you can get while we're just waiting for launch? Personally, as I've said recently, I'd like it if they just keep whatever surprises they can, but obviously they do it whatever way they want. But yeah, for now, I've been Hollow, you've been you, thanks for watching.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.